Women absolutely need to begin to think about remanaging their financial futures after something like a divorce or the dissolution of a relationship, a long-term relationship. And one of the things that I like to do once we deal with the whole child support aspect of the family, I like to take a look at the entire picture, everything that's going on with this family. So now that we've dealt with child support, let's now start thinking about building the foundation for your family, building your foundation and making sure that your house is in order. And that can include everything from making sure that you have all of your life plans in order. It can mean making sure that you have all of your insurance plans in order, everything from long-term health care insurance to life insurance to your medical insurance. Your future in terms of retirement. Have you begun to figure out how are you going to make it to that next level? How are you going to retire now that your financial picture has completely changed because your relationships are no longer the same? Have you begun to plan for your children's financial future? Have you begun to put anything away for college? Are those 509s that you had put into place for the children still in effect after the divorce? So there's a lot of things that women then on their own singularly now have to take a look at and figure out on their own, is my house in order? And if it's not in order, how do I get it into order? Sometimes women do tend to be a little bit intimidated about the challenges of wealth building. Wealth building, I think, for some people in this country is not a very popular thing to think about because a lot of people tend to think that rich people are just greedy in the first place, and wealth is not something to be talked about. And especially when you have been in a long-term relationship with a spouse for many, many years, a lot of times what happens is that the husband was in charge of all of the family finances, and they managed the checkbooks, and they managed all of the family investments, and they know where the money is, which a lot of women find to be problematic when it's time to get a divorce because they don't even know what the family has anymore. Sometimes there is so much wealth involved that the women were not even privy to any of that information. So then they have to not only weed through all of these financial details and do a whole lot of forensic accounting to figure out where they are when the divorce happens, but then they have to figure out, okay, now that the divorce is done, where am I? Where is my financial picture? And how do I make sure that my life is still on track to assure that my own wealth and my wealth strategies, the strategies that I'm using for wealth building for myself and my family, are still in check?